Hey, guess what? We're back. Road to a million. Day 98. Wow. Almost on day 100. Back at the crib of mine. And I kind of had a revelation around client acquisition, I would say. Because what I did, so like the dog sitting thing, I haven't gotten paid for like a job. Like the last time I got paid for doing like a service such as like mowing lawns or snow removal was back before like 15 or so. And that's the first time that I've been like paid cash by somebody else. And then I started working at Pizza Hut because it's like, oh, I need to get a job to be able to afford these things. Because I don't know why I thought about doing it that way as a kid. I guess it was probably because it was like parents were like, hey, you need to go get a job. Like if you want to have a car, you need to have a job. And since they didn't want me making money online or having a website, I ended up getting a job at Pizza Hut and worked there, which is a good place to start. But like I hadn't accepted money from somebody else for performing a service in a couple of years. I just got so used to collecting the paycheck. And then after watching the dog and getting like the paid, like the money sent via Venmo, I was like, oh, so that's all I need. Like that's all I need to be able to start a business is the way to collect money, PayPal, Venmo. There's probably Cash App as well too, or Zelle. Or like there's checks and cashes as well too, checks and cash. And then a contract. Like a contract is probably the other thing, and then just a time to meet. And there we go. We have a business. We have money coming in. I've been trying to overcomplicate it. And the dude at Culver said that too. Like when I told him my order, he's like, you made it too easy or too simple. So it's quite fascinating actually. All I can say is I just feel good being back in my place. I watched a couple of movies while I was on like the staying at the other place. Ended up watching Downsizing, I believe. Pain Hustle and Hacksaw Ridge. All very good movies. The Pain Hustle, she was like making mad amounts of money, and then she found out that what she was doing or selling was ending up killing people. She ended up turning herself in, having to spend some time in jail. It's based off a true story. I highly recommend it. And she's like, yeah, the money was great. It's just she wasn't doing it for the right reasons. So like if you aren't doing money for the right reasons, but then one of the other guys was like, you just sell what's ever in the bag. So I can understand both sides to that story. It's what do you believe? Because then the same thing with Hacksaw Ridge, like he didn't want to carry a rifle. Like that was his belief system. He's like, I don't want to carry a rifle no matter what anybody says. I'm not carrying a rifle and you can't make me. And he was the bravest person of them all. And that's why people always seem to judge people off of their appearance instead of like their mind, because his mind was more dedicated and disciplined than any of the other soldiers out there. Because one, he didn't have a weapon, and two, he was out there saving men, putting his own life at risk without any way of protecting himself. Because that was his belief system. He trusted in God. He trusted in a higher power. He trusted in something that he couldn't himself see, which in turn, I mean, he saved more people than anybody ever could have. And then Downsizing was also one of the things where it's like him and his wife were going to get miniaturized to be able to live in this massive mansion, which was going to give them like $1.2 million or something like that compared to the $150,000 that they had saving. He ended up shrinking down. She didn't end up shrinking down. And he came to realize that it's like, the money's not everything. Like the money's just kind of a byproduct of the success or the fulfillment that you're doing. And as long as you can help one person, no matter how small it is, that's all that really matters. Because it is just about helping one person at a time. The more people you help, like you can start to create a ripple effect, but it starts with one. You help one, you can then help 2 and 3 and 4. And that's what has happened with like this podcast that I've been doing as well too, is like met up this one guy on campus. He liked what I had to say. He was talking about me. He's like, yeah, I can learn about how to do like professional videographer, how to do like all these professional things. And I was like, that's awesome. He's like, hey, do you mind if my friend Alex comes? I was like, yeah, dude, sure. Why not? Have more people. And then his other friend came. And then now there's 2 people that are wanting to listen to the things that I have to say. And they're like, yeah, I find that valuable, how you're just able to have a conversation with this random person that you don't even know. Like, what? These things that have felt so natural to me for so long that it's part of who I am. So when other people that aren't at that same spot and they see me and they're like, yeah, that's a skill, I'm like, dude, this is just second nature to me. And that's where the coaching aspect and my ability to help and influence and inspire other people comes into play, because it's like, hey, look, this is where I was at. I felt small, insignificant, inferior, was watching anime all the time, playing video games, and wasn't really doing much with my life. And then I stumbled upon self-development, self-help, coaching, fitness, meditation, yoga, exercise, hiking, biking, walking, whatever type you want to look at. And this is where I'm at now. I ate shit for about 5, 6, 7 years. Now I'm here to help. So it's pretty cool to see. It's really cool to see. Sweet. See you guys tomorrow on day 99. Crazy.